Good morning, friends. We're going to talk this morning about, and yes, my video is off because I'm going to share my screen with you today. Lucky you. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, but we're going to talk about, I know a lot of you attended convention or watched convention, and you're feeling really excited about the goals that you have with doTERRA. And sometimes you leave convention or you leave the event that gets you inspired and you're not quite sure what to do next, and it becomes a little bit overwhelming, and then it can be like, okay, fine, you know what? I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't have those goals. So I want you guys to keep those goals going, and I want you to rock this business. Sorry, make sure my screen was sharing. Okay. So I'm going to mute everybody real quick. Okay, would everybody mind muting themselves? Not letting me. Thank you. Okay, there we go. All right. So make those goals happen. So who has goals that they're super excited about with doTERRA? And would anybody like to share what they are? I'd love to just type them in the chat box. Let me know, what are your goals after going to convention, or even that you're working on this fall? Does anybody have anything they want to share? Not yet. Okay, well, as soon as you have something, I will read it. So I know that I have goals. I am actually starting my 6th leg for the 3rd time now. Now, that is there. And the reason I share that with you is to help you realize that sometimes we set goals that absolutely do not happen. I have started a 6th leg. This literally is my 3rd time. And at times I've gotten so discouraged, and I've thought, you know what? I'm not going to start another new leg. I'm not going to keep doing, I'm going to keep building, of course, but I'm just going to keep building on what I have, because it gets discouraging to pour your heart and soul into a new leg and have it not work out. And I realized, you know what? I am going to start a new leg, because if I don't start a new 6th leg, not only am I not giving myself the chance to progress, I'm not allowing somebody else the chance to progress as well. And, because every time I start a new leg and they become successful, they're able to achieve their goals and their dreams. And I don't want to, make it so somebody doesn't have that opportunity. So let me show you. Sorry, there we go. So how to make those goals happen. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure that you know what your goal is. And I think it's really important to have time limit with your goal. So for example, I think it's great to have a 30-day goal, a 90-day goal, a 6-month goal, and a year-long goal. So where do you want to be in 30 days? So, and the 30-day goal can look like something like this. Okay, this month I want to have 1,000 PV or OV in personal new enrollments. I want to have 3 classes, 4 one-on-ones, and I would like to meet 10 new people, something along those lines. But just something where you have your very specific goals that you can meet for that month that can be very measurable as to whether or not it happens. In 90 days, you can have a goal that's something like, okay, you know what? In 90 days, I really would like to be consistently making $300 a month, after I'm paying for my LRP. So I want to be bringing home $300 a month. I love to be the rank of elite, have my $50 power of 3, and have a really good solid builder. 6 months, you could say, okay, you know what? Really want to be focused on Premier, 2 rock solid builders. I want to be. So that's kind of how it goes, is just picking exactly where you want to be. And I think it's really good to have goals that are achievable, and then your out of this world goals. But make sure that you don't become so emotionally attached to the out of this world goals that if they don't happen, you're not feeling completely derailed. But have an over the moon. There's a presidential diamond named Karina Barris, and she always posts on the Blue and Presidential Diamond page what her out of this world goals are. And I love them. But I also love that I know that she's not super attached to them. Like, it would be great if this happened, but if it didn't, it's okay. But here is the goal that I for sure want to see happen. So I think it's important to quantify the amount of money that you would like to be making, the volume that you would like to be hitting, so your overall sales every month, and then what rank you want to be. I think that's really important. It is so much easier to hit a goal if you know what on earth you're working for. So I want to show you, I don't know if you guys have been to the sharesuccess.com library, but I love this because it has some really good worksheets for us. So I think that is huge. I'm looking at your guys' goals. These are so awesome. So I love Emerge training, and I just did the first, I had Tasha do a preview for everybody last Tuesday, and I love Emerge training. It's a really good sales training. It's just a good business training. It's not a system. So I still really like Share Success, but I like Emerge as a system for showing you how to do your classes and how to do your one-on-ones or appointments, as she calls them. But these are the tools that I use. So when I hand out a sample, I give everybody this little brochure. When I teach a class or a one-on-one, I use this tear pad. Once people have enrolled, I do a wellness consult with this live guide. I invite them to host, give them the share guide. I invite them to build, give them a build guide. Of course, love them to do Emerge training and then launch their business. But what I want to show you right now is the rank maps that they have on here. So if you scroll down, you can go down and click on the applicable rank that you're trying to hit and see what that is going to look like. So let's say that you're going for the rank of elite. So I would invite all of you guys to fill out the rank you're going for. And it will help you to guide you to see exactly what you need to do and make a really solid plan to hit that rank. So if you're going for the rank of Premier, you're going to want to download this rank map, and you could even print it off. And it's going to show you the kind of volume where you need the volume. If you have the proper one-on-one setup, it's going to walk you through how to hit that rank. So make sure that you've got a rank map for the rank that you are currently trying to achieve. I think that's going to be really important for you. And figure out what needs to happen. So make sure you have your 30, 90, 6-month, year-long goals, and then fill out your rank map planner for sure. Once you have that done, I think it's important to really know, okay, why on earth is this my goal? Why am I doing this? It gets hard, and I always compare doTERRA to parenting. I love being a mom. I love having kids, but there are days, like every day, half of the day, that I'm like, why have I had 4 kids? This is so hard. I love these people more than I love myself, but this is so, so hard. But that drive for loving my kids is fierce and deep, and it gets me through a lot. It gets me through the 5 a.m., Mom, I peed the bed. It gets me through somebody spilling milk all over the floor after I've just mopped the kitchen. It gets me through a lot of stuff because I love those kids and I'm very connected to them and I love them. So you need to be very connected and love your goal that you have with doTERRA. Like, why does that need to happen? Because if you don't, think about it. If you're babysitting someone else's kids, you could care less what goes on because most of the time you really don't like those kids, and it makes it hard to really want to keep doing that, to keep babysitting. So you're like, this is hard. So make sure that you've got a solid why. What is going to drive you to continue to do this? What is going to drive you to continue to do this when your 6th leg has quit for the 3rd time in a row, and you're frustrated because you're thinking, wow, I have started 3. And when I say I've started 3 new legs, I have put 3 new people. I'm starting my 6th leg for the 3rd time. I've put 2 new people on my front line. One, I started my original 6 legs several years ago. And then I put somebody under her who hit Premier 90 days, moved her to my front line, and she quit by day 120. So she quit during that next month because of some personal extenuating circumstances. And I just became so frustrated, and I lost sight of my goal. Like, why do I want to hit Presidential Diamond? Why do I want to have 6 solid legs? And kept thinking, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. It's safer. It's happier. But it's not happier. It's being complacent. And so I need to have a good, solid why. And so it's so important to have your why. So for me, I have a couple of things. I love to be able to donate and give back. And I have realized that I have a gift. Might sound funny, but I just know when I meet certain people in circumstances that I need to help out financially, it's just a really cool feeling. And being able to be financially free so I can do that is huge. Being financially free so that I can send somebody on a vacation, even though that may not make sense, is huge for me. Helping to pay somebody's mortgage or rent that month is huge for me. I really like being able to do that. The other thing that I'm very passionate about is helping to pay for in vitro when people are struggling to get pregnant. And of course, I'm not able to do it on a big, large scale. I do it as I meet people that are near and dear to my heart, that I feel connected to, that I want to offer that service for. I mean, obviously I can't do it, but giving them the money so that their dream can be a plan and a reality. So those are huge driving factors for me. It's very motivating for me, and it helps to push me when it gets hard. So if you're wondering, okay, what's my why? Not quite sure why to do this or how to do this, there is a why worksheet that you can visit on that same Share Success library. So I'm going to go back to worksheets, and you'll see this Find Your Why. Now, if you really would like to download it in Japanese, you can, or you could do it in English. But I would encourage everybody to have this worksheet filled out. Why do you do doTERRA? How has doTERRA changed your life? What's your passion for sharing? How would your life be different if you achieved your goals? What are you willing to do to accomplish your goals? What's your bigger vision that you would like to create with doTERRA? What are your strengths and gifts? What are you good at? How can your strengths and gifts assist you in building your doTERRA business? And why are you going to succeed in doTERRA? So filling out a worksheet like this, I think is important. And I would pair this with a goal worksheet of, these are the goals that I really want to turn into. So you'll notice they have the goals to statements. They've got affirmation statements. They've got some really good worksheets that I would encourage everybody to fill out, just because it will help you just really make those goals happen. So the next thing you want to do, now that you've got a goal set, you've figured out why, you want to get organized. Now, I've been listening to Tasha Smith's Emerge training, and a lot of it's very basic. I've been doing this for 7 and a half years. I've been very successful with it. I have 50,000 plus people on my doTERRA team. And I definitely feel like I've got a little bit of a grasp on how to build a network marketing business. But listening to her explain things so simply yesterday, I thought, man, this is so simple. And it gave me some better ideas on how to share with other people and how to explain to them what to do. So, basically she pulled out a calendar and she took a picture of it. And she's like, you guys, get a planner or a calendar. Now, for me, I choose to use my phone, my calendar on my phone, just because I always have it with me. But I think it's important to have something, whether it's a calendar, your iPhone, your whatever smartphone you have, and get a calendar on there that you can use. Fill in your schedule. If you have another job, fill in that job. Fill in your kids' schedules, their karate, their dance, their piano, their Spanish, whatever it is. Put your personal things in there as well. But make sure that you're carving out time for doTERRA. If you want this to be serious business, you've got to put serious time into it. And that doesn't even mean that you need to be putting hours and hours and hours a day. That you need to be putting a good solid, if you want to make serious progress with this, I would recommend that you're at least spending 10 hours a week on this. And if you think about it, if you're doing 10 hours on any other job, that's actually very minimal time. And you're not going to make a ton of money. The fact that you can make a full-time income on 10 hours a week with doTERRA is huge. Realizing that the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. But put that time into your calendar so that it happens. And I would encourage you to pick time to do your business when your kids are not there, or when you have extra support, like someone who can come in and help you with them, etc. And then make sure you make your to-do list of income producing activities that you want to do. Now, I love Tasha's quote when she says, your time needs a boss. And I was like, oh man, that is so true. When people when they say I don't have time, they're really saying it's not a priority to me, because you can make time for anything in this world that you really want to do. It will be something. And there are times, obviously, we need to have an income, so that has to be a priority, but we can fit in what we want to fit in. And I will tell you, there is nothing, in my opinion, more worthwhile than to put time into than doTERRA, because I look at my life sometimes and think, how did this happen? I mean, I know how it happened. I worked hard, but I am able to do so many things that I want to do because I sacrificed and put so much time in the beginning. So break it down into income producing activities. Make sure you're putting good time into this, and be the boss of your time. So write down a list of your income producing activities. I think it's really important to evaluate very frequently. Make a list of what you want to do, and then go back and evaluate. Is that an income producing activity? Is that book I read, did it give me the skills to do better at my sales presentations that I'm doing? My classes, my one-on-ones. Is the training that I just did, is that truly helping me mentor my team better? Or is it just, helping you to fill your time? So really evaluate what you're doing and if it's bringing money to the table, because honestly, I want you guys making money with this as soon as possible. where you're going to want to spend most of your time, especially in the beginning, is creating new contacts, setting one-on-ones, and teaching classes. That is where your money is going to come from. Your money is not going to come from all of these sales trainings and all of this, that, and the other. I mean, yes, make sure you get a good solid foundation, but don't spend all of your time and effort doing personal development, because that is not going to send you a check. Of course, you need the skills, but you've got to get practicing on it. The way you're going to get good at teaching classes is actually getting out there and doing it. The way you're going to be more comfortable with talking to new people is practicing over and over and over. So spend most of your time creating contacts. And in fact, I would say at least make sure that half of your time is in sales conversations of some sort. So whether that's a class, a one-on-one, a two-on-one, whatever it is. So make sure that you are putting your time into income producing activities, and you can evaluate with your mentor. I would find someone that you're mentoring with at least once a week, how well those things are going. You know, if you find yourself mentoring somebody for 3 months that has yet to do a class, can I recommend dropping that person? They're not doing anything. Put your time and effort into finding people who will. Put your time and effort, or same thing, you know, if you're educating someone over and over and over on, sorry, I have way too many Apple things. And so when someone calls me, it rings to my phone, my iPad, my computer. But anyway, make sure that it's just the time that you're spending, make sure that you're getting money out of it, that it's not just empty investments. So if you're educating someone over and over on oils or doing videos for your whole team and yet 3 people are watching them, spend time getting out there and finding new people. An accountability partner can also be huge as well. I love to have somebody else that I don't, because sometimes with a mentor, I can have a little bit of a difficult time finding one, but sometimes I feel like it's nice to talk to someone who's where I'm at, and they're in my stage in the game. They're trying to figure the same things out that I am. So it's nice to have a mentor. For example, let's go back to the parenting thing. Sometimes I really find comfort in talking to my sister than talking to my mom, because my mom's like, well, I wish I did it like this, and you just need to be more patient, or, you know, and it's like, Mom, I realize you can look back and see that now, but I'd rather talk to my sister who can say, oh man, I totally know how you're feeling. Here's the solution that I'm doing right now. You know, like, of course, and I love talking to my mom because she can give me insight and knowledge, but sometimes it's like you want to talk to someone going through the same thing at the same time. So finding an accountability partner and a mentor can be huge. So I want to open it up. I'm going to unmute Cheyenne, and I'm going to have her talk and share her perspective on skipping the whole dream thing and just making plans happen. And then I wanted to open it up for questions. So Cheyenne, let me unmute you. And would you like me to, we can see your video if you would like. Your video is not blocked.
Either or. I did brush my hair this morning just in case, so. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, yeah, show my video, because I want to show you guys where I'm at. I'm actually going to take a little walk to the top of the hill.
Okay. Well.
So I'm just going to throw out a little question that's more of a question that you ask yourself, but what is the difference between dreams and a goal? Because they can be very, very similar. So I'll tell you guys what I think. A goal is a dream that you've written down. And not only just written down, but visualized and oh, there we go. Hi. Hello. But visualize and think about and plan out in great detail. So I'm going to show you guys, this is where I'm at right now. We're in southern Utah. We're near Zion's National Park. That right there, see that? That's my home, you guys. That's my house. And the reason I wanted to show you my house and where we're at is because this is a dream that I've had, to be able to travel and homeschool my kids and just see the country and spend. This is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world, is southern Utah. In fact, I would say this is my favorite place in the whole wide world. And to be able to spend time here and to really share it with my kids is a huge dream that I've had for a long time. So I think that I saw Jerica, right? Dreams are something you wish would happen. Goals are something you make happen. Yes, very good. So that's very true. And not just make happen, but write down visualize in great detail. And then when you think about your dream, visualize it. Think about, visualize being in your, for me, this fifth wheel, I basically made this fifth wheel happen because I was given a budget and I knew exactly what I wanted and I found it. And I believe it's because living with intention is something that I hit really hard on with my team. Live with intention, know where you want to go and do everything you can to get there, and wake up in the morning and start taking those steps forward. So I'm going to tell a quick story about writing stuff down and how powerful it is. So this last summer, we were able to go to New York and spend some time with a gal on my team. And she shared a story with me that I thought was so powerful and so just fascinating to me. So she shared a bedroom with two of her sisters, and the oldest sister had a boyfriend, and his name was Tim. And so on her window, her older sister wrote, "I'm going to marry Tim." And she did. She married Tim. Well, that in and of itself is kind of cool. But the really, really funny thing is the two sisters that she shared a room with married Tim as well. Not the same Tim, but two different Tims. So this gal has two sisters, and all three of them are married to Tim. And the other sisters that they have that did not share that room did not marry Tim, but those three sisters did. And so just looking at something, writing it out and visualizing it, and then doing those activities needed to hit that goal, you're gonna hit the goal regardless of what it is. It might take you a little bit longer than you want it to, but that's okay, because part of the journey helps you be worthy of your goal. So there's a book, Jack Canfield's book. Oh gosh, now I'm gonna not remember its name. Secrets of Success. Is that what it is, Jen? Anyway, there's a chapter in there. I was gonna look it up before this, but I totally forgot to. But there's a chapter that basically goes through, and it's like, all right, we're gonna talk about these different parts of your life that you want to have success in. And you close your eyes and you visualize, and then you write down in great detail what your house, your dream house is, what it looks like, what your curtains look like, what the view is from your window, and just writing these things down in great detail. And then, and not just dreaming, but having that dream in front of you, vision board, goals in a notebook that you reference often, that type of thing. And as you do that, as you see those things in great detail, then you'll start working towards them. They'll become your reality. So anyway, that's what I want to share. And I know that to be true because I've seen it in my own life. I've been able to visualize, all sorts of stuff, and I've been able to see it come to pass. So it can happen. I know it can. I know it can happen for you. And you've got this. Thank you, Jen, for letting me be a part of.
That was so perfect, and it's so fun to see your beautiful background and to see your beautiful trailer and your nice truck. Cheyenne drives that big truck around. It cracks me up whenever I see her. The monster truck. Was that
if you think it's if you think it's funny to see me drive it, you should see me trying to put my baby in it.
You might have to show us that. All right. Well, I wanted to open it up into any questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So thank you for being on. And yes.